Welcome back to Breaking Changes, where we highlight what's going on in the Qiskit universe. I'm your host, Nick Braun. This episode covers the release of the Qiskit 0.44 meta package, which includes an upgrade to Terra 0.25, and that's all it includes. Before, pip-installed Qiskit included Terra and the IBM Q provider Qiskit Air and some applications modules in the meta package architecture. After trimming it down over a few releases, this includes only Qiskit Terra, and this repository will be renamed simply Qiskit later this year. Top story, features news. Dynamic Circuits is getting an upgrade. This release brings support of classical expressions. Previously, only equality of classical register values with integers representing bit strings was allowed in the if test, while loop, and switch control flow statements. Now, a new module, Qiskit.circuit.classical, has been introduced with the class expr used for logical expressions. In addition to the expression for testing equality, users can check an inequality greater, greater or equal, less than, less or equal, logical, and or, and bitwise, and or, and exclusive or. Note that capabilities of IBM Quantum backends are quickly evolving, and not all features may be currently available. For current capabilities of dynamic circuits, please see the link in the description. The circuit drawer using matplotlib now supports a clear representation of what is happening in the conditional circuits versus the previous black box description. Let's take a look. From Qiskit.circuit, import quantum circuit, quantum register, and classical register. Then we'll instantiate a quantum register of 4 qubits and a classical register of a single qubit, and then define our quantum circuit consisting of those registers. We'll do a Hadamard on qubit 0, a measurement on qubit 0 stored in the classical register, followed by another Hadamard on qubit 0. The result of that measurement, if a 1, will go into the block that executes another Hadamard on qubit 0, following a C0 on qubit 0 to 1. If the measurement result is a 1, then we'll execute the block which does a Hadamard on qubit 0, followed by a C0 between 0 and 1. However, if the result is not 1, then we will do just a single C0 between 0 and 1. And then unconditionally, we will continue with a C0 between qubits 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. Now, in the old way, drawing in ASCII, we see that we only have a black box depiction of what's going on in the if test. You do not know which gates are going to be executed in there. And the new feature is when using matplotlib, we can see that we have an if where we do the Hadamard and the C0 and the else statement where we just do the C0. Special shout out to Ed Navarro for significant contributions to this feature. Control flow operations used with dynamic circuits is now supported for transpilation levels 2 and 3, as well as 0 and 1. In deprecations news, the Qiskit.algorithms module is now deprecated as it moves to a standalone package, Qiskit-algorithms. An RFC for the change is linked to in the description. Also, Python 3.7 reached its end of life this past June and is now fully removed from Qiskit. In performance news, parameter binding has been sped up, and you'll notice the difference on large circuits for quantum applications. And lastly, let's thank all the Qiskit contributors that made this stable release possible. I've been your host, Nick Braun, and thank you for dealing with the breaking changes.